Hello guys, my name is Nate and welcome back to my channel. And if you did not see, I recently put up an announcement video for a manga readathon that I'm going to be doing in November, which is just Manga Bingo. I have a bingo board that has 25 different prompts and I'm going to be reading a different manga for each prompt. This is something that I made up to specifically curate to my collection of I have so many number ones of series that I've never started and I don't know if I want to continue with them. So the whole point of this readathon is to get me reading a load of those number ones, figuring out if I am interested in the series, if I want to carry on buying it physically, if I want to go digitally, and the like. So this video is going to be my specific TBR for that manga bingo. I am still going to be playing my end of month TBR game and I might try and get some of these on that, but they're going to be a part of my TBR regardless. So because I do still want to read some novels in November, I don't just want to read manga. I have all the prompts up here on my little bingo board, so I'm going to be looking down and going through them. I'm not going to give a huge amount of information about each of the manga because there are 25 different series here, so that's a lot. This might work as well as helping people maybe have an idea if you have no idea, if you want to participate and you don't know what to do about one prompt. This might give you a little bit of help. It also couldn't because you could have no interest in the series. We'll see. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. I don't know how long this video is going to be, so let's go. So, I am actually going to have to put my glasses on. So, our first prompt for Shonen, I'm going to be reading The Grey Man, Volume 1. I've had this for ages. I want to read it. It is published by Shonen Jump, so it just falls under Shonen category. This was quite a popular series, I think maybe 10 years ago. I don't know much about it, so I'm excited to jump in and read it. For our shoujo series, this is a relatively new purchase of mine, and that is Cutie and the Beast. I adore gentle giant characters, and so when I heard this and saw about it, I just thought it sounded really cute. I don't know much about it. I don't know how many volumes there are, so I'm excited to read it to see if I still think it's cute and want to carry on reading it. For start a series, this literally could have been in most of these volumes, but I decided to pick up My Love Mix-Up. This is another relatively new series. It is a shoujo romance. I've heard some good things about it. My sister has watched the Japanese drama that was inspired by it, and I'm excited to read it. I assume I'm going to really enjoy this, so it's also why I wanted to put it on here. For Continuous series is a series I've spoken about many times on my channel, and that is Boys of Flowers. This is volume 24, so we'll just be continuing on in that series. The new author, again, I could have picked anyone, but I picked Sui Ishida, which is the author of and mangaka of Tokyo Ghoul. This I know is quite a popular series. It is a series about ghouls that eat humans. Hopefully I really like it, and hopefully I want to carry on reading it because I do own 7 volumes of it, but we shall see. Moving on to row 2, we have sports series. For this, I'm doing another volume 1, and that is, let me try and figure out how to say this, Yowamushi Pedal. Volume 1. I got a load of these in Loot Crate back in the day when Loot Crate did exclusive editions of first volumes of series, and I've never read it. This is about cycling. Yeah, it has an anime as well, which I've never watched, so I'm interested to see if I like it. For school romance, again, I have many options for this, but I decided to go for Hanakimi, Volume 1. This is a bind-up of 3, but I'll be reading the whole volume as one. I've watched the Japanese drama for this, which I absolutely adored, but I've never read the manga. It's about a girl who dresses up as a boy and attends an all-boys school, I think to help out her crush try and get back on track. I can't remember the exact reason, but there are shenanigans, there's a love triangle. Yeah, good classic shoujo fun. For Finish a series, I'm actually putting on a volume that was on my TBR a couple of months ago, and that was Chobits Volume 2. Chunky, so it was actually 4 volumes, but it's Volume 2 which completes the Chobits series for me. I just kind of want to get it finished. I don't love the series, but I at least want to try finishing it, so this would be a good month to do that. For the prompt Seen the Adaptation, I'm just going to be putting on Haikyuu. This is volume 24, just another series that had been mentioned multiple times on my channel, and yeah, I just really want to carry on reading it. This still does cover stuff in the anime, season 4. So it's not new stuff for me, but I'm just excited to carry on with the series. And then for familiar author, so from an author that I have read from before, that's going to be Holic from Clamp. Clamp is also the people that do Chobits. They're a collect group of women, I believe. I have 2 volumes of this series. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't love Clamp's stuff. I've read, this will be the 3rd of their series that I've read, and I enjoy it, but I don't love it. So if I do like this, I couldn't really see myself wanting to carry on buying them. Also, it's probably out of print now, but I could see myself maybe trying to get them digitally or something. On to row 3, we have a series with 20+ volumes, and for that, I'm going with Inuyasha. This is volume 1 of the Viz Big Editions, which is a 3-in-1. And I think this has 50 volumes in the series. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I know this has over 20, I believe. Could you imagine if I'm wrong? I think it has over 20 individual volumes. I'm not sure how many it has of these Vizbigs, but yeah, I've had this for ages and I really want to get through it and see if I like it. I know the anime is on Netflix, I believe, so I could always watch that if I like it, but don't want to carry on reading it. And I just love these Vizbig editions with how blown up they are, how white the paper looks, so it really then makes the art stand out on it. So I'm excited to read this. For a series with less than 10 volumes, I'm going to be reading Hero Tales Volume 2. This is a 5-volume series and I own all 5. I want to read them, so let's get volume 2 on the TBR. And then for the spot Nate Rec or Free Space, I'm going to be reading one of my recommendations, which is a reread, and that is Fullmetal Alchemist Volume 1. This is in the Full Metal editions, which I think is like 1 and a bit volumes or something, but it has just such, like, the artwork on it is really nicely blown up. It's beautiful, crisp, white paper, and I'm really excited to reread this series. I absolutely adore it. And I do want to collect them all in this style. I only have volume 1, but they're like £16 a volume for like these. Yeah, so it's a lot, but I would love to collect the whole edition in this because it's one of my favorite series. And then for Slice of Life, I have Yotsuba, volume 1. This is I don't know much about this series actually. I have 3 volumes of it. I think it's just the tales of this little girl and the adventures she goes on in her life. And I think it's sweet and wholesome. Yeah, and I have 3 volumes of it that I've had for years. So I would like to at least read it and see if I like it, see if it's my kind of thing. And then complete series, so a manga from a series that is complete. Again, I have a lot of those that could count, but I'm going to be reading Captive Hearts, Volume 1. This is another one that could work for less than 10 volumes because there is 5 in this series, and I do own all 5. So I recently bought this. I just saw it on Vinted for like £2 a volume, so I bought the whole series for £10. So I thought I would give it a go. It looks like it's a classic-y shoujo series. It looks quite old. It's credited to 1998. It was first published in Japan in 1999. And yeah, this printing was from 2008, so this is quite an old series. And I do sometimes like reading classic kind of shoujo series. It just kind of gives me all of those like classic tropes that I really enjoy. Sometimes not so great tropes, but sometimes great tropes. And then moving down to row 4, we have Samurai or Ninja. So for that prompt, I'm going to be reading Vagabond, Volume 1. Again, I have the Viz Big Edition. I have 2 volumes of this, and I just want to read it. This is an adult series about samurais. I think it's going to have like some good violence in it. It has beautiful, beautiful art. Who is the artist of this? Takahiko Inoue, and I just think, yeah, the art on it just looks stunning, really, really nice, and the blown up Viz Big Edition is just going to look gorgeous, so I'm excited to read that. For a book with LGBT rep, you could pick like any BL yaoi, but I did kind of want to pick one that I think has a bit better representation, and so for that I picked My Brother's Husband. This is by Gengoro Tagame, who I believe is quite an explicit artist with aside from this series. I think he does some very mature stuff, but I've heard this series is quite sweet and wholesome. It is about this guy who is a twin, and I think his twin has passed away, and then his twin's husband comes and visits him because they never met, because I think he was estranged from his twin because his twin was gay. And I think it's just kind of about the husband meeting, you know, his twin's family, and I think getting to know them. I don't think there's a romance between them, and I kind of hope there isn't, because I just think that would be a bit odd if you're having a romance with your dead husband's twin. But we shall see what happens. Then for adult series, I'm putting on volume 2 of Monster. This is, oh my god, this is rated older teens. Okay, this is rated older teens apparently. My whole life is a lie. I thought this would have been an adult series. Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay, so we're not putting Monster on for my adult because I have just looked at the back and realised it is older teen. So I'm going to be putting on this series Dogs. I have the volume 0 here, which is like the prelude, but I also do have volume 1, so I'm actually going to put them both on for this one prompt. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to put this one on for this prompt, and then this might be one of my 3 picks, just because I don't know if this is, well, it's going to be a prelude, so I'm guessing just like a standalone prequel series. I don't even know which way it was published, if this was published after. But yeah, it's rated mature on the back, so this is going to count for the adult series. I don't know much about it. Like I said, I have 2 volumes of it, so I potentially will add this as a free pick. Shove it there for now. So yes, this is going to be my adult choice. I can't believe I thought Monster would have been an adult series. Annoyingly, I really wanted to get Monster on there, so this also might end up being a free pick because I have like 8 volumes out of maybe 10, and I've read the first one, and I just wanted to carry on with it. Maybe that will be one of my free picks. For people who don't know, I'm actually trying to read 30 manga in the 30 days, but only 25 are obviously going to be from my bingo. Really fun. So for the next prompt, we have sci-fi, and for that I'm reading Steins Gate. Again, this is one that I got from Loot Crate years ago. I assume it's a sci-fi. It has stuff on the back. It says to do with time travel, so that gives me sci-fi vibes. So I don't know. I want to see if I actually like it. I know this had quite a popular anime, but I don't know anything about it. And then for the last space on volume 2, we have ongoing series, and for this one, I'm going to be putting on Blue Exorcist, which is still ongoing, which I did not know when I was like doing the research for this, but then I was surprised. But yeah, it's been ongoing since 2009. All of this, I think, is on the Shonen Jump app. So for a lot of these Shonen Jump series, if I want to continue them, I might start reading them through the Shonen Jump app. But yeah, this is one of them. I know this is a very popular series. I don't know if it's still popular. I don't know how ongoing it is. But yeah, it's about exorcists. And I think our main character is the son of Satan. I think. I don't actually know. So on to our last row. For the first volume, which is a spin-off series, I literally curated this for 1 volume, and that was Boruto Volume 1. Now, obviously, for this series, you could have anything that's kind of spin-off-y, a light novel that's like extra, you know, they have side series. But yeah, so I wanted to read Boruto. This is obviously the continuation from Naruto. It is not done by Kishimoto, but I believe he is, yeah, the creator and supervisor, but he doesn't do the art and he doesn't do the story. So that's kind of why I was hesitant to look at it. I was kind of looking at the style, and obviously it's kind of trying to mimic his art style, but it's not quite the same. So I'll be interested to see if I like this. I don't like Sasuke, so he's on the back. I know he becomes, I think, Boruto's mentor, but I just don't like him. And so, like, I don't know how much more of him I give a shit about seeing. So I have no idea if I'm going to like the series, but we'll see. Again, this is one that is on the Shonen Jump app, so I don't know if I'll carry on. If I like it, collect them physically, or if I'll just read them on the Shonen Jump app. Then we have a pre-2010 series, and for this one, I'm going to be picking Whistle. This was published, I think, in '98. And published in English, I think in 2004. So this is a really old series. I have 4 volumes of this, and I've had them for absolutely ages. It is a football manga, and I just want to get on with it and see if I like it. I've had it for absolute years, and I've just never read it. So I'm excited to read it. For our post-2020 manga, this one is the one that I've kind of had to like twiddle a bit. And so I'm putting on My Special One Volume 1. Now, technically, this first got published in 2019, but it got first published in English in 2023, which is why I'm including it. Obviously, for this prompt, you could use a later volume in the series. For instance, you could use the latest Boruto that was published, I don't know, last year, because it was published post-2020. But that's kind of how I'm twiddling this a bit, because I then realised I didn't actually have any series as a whole that were published after 2020, because a lot of the stuff I have is older stuff that I want to try and read through. But this volume was published, yeah, in February this year. So it counts for this prompt. I made it up myself. It's fine. Yeah, this is a romance series. I don't know anything about it. I was at a Forbidden Planet one day and I just felt the need to get some more shoujo series because it's been a while since I've read some good ones. So I picked up like volume 1 of 3 different series. And this is one of them. So we'll be reading this for this prompt. For a series that has fantasy or magic in it, I'm going to be reading Sailor Moon Volume 1. I've never read it. I have Volume 1 and then like 4 through 8. So I would like to read this to see if I want to collect the in-between volumes. I do remember watching this as a kid, vaguely. But yeah, I'm excited to actually read the series. Obviously, an extremely classic series. Has magic in it. Magical girls, one of my favorite tropes in anime. I absolutely love magical girl animes, so I'm excited to read this. And then for our last space for our manga bingo is a series you know nothing about, and for that I'm picking Your Lie in April again. Yep, I got this as a loot crate, so I don't know anything about it. I'm guessing it has stuff to do with music. I know this is, I think, quite a sad anime that made people cry, but I don't know what. I don't even know how many volumes are in the series. I'm guessing it's a slice of life school drama series, but I don't actually know. So this will be the last one for the series. So that was my entire collection that I'm going to be reading, my entire TBR for the month of November. As far as my manga bingo goes, like I said, I will have 5 other volumes of manga that I will also be trying to read because I am trying to read 30, maybe these ones, maybe just carrying on with some of those series, we shall see. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm very excited about doing this little manga challenge. I mentioned in my announcement video, I might be updating these kind of via shorts because there's quite a lot of manga here and it'd be like a lot to make videos about all of them or stuff like that. So I might just do like maybe weekly wrap-ups via shorts on what I have read that week as in terms of manga. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video and I shall see you again hopefully soon. Bye.